Today we're going to be going over the 2023 Toyota Rav4 XLE. Let's get started. In this video, we're going to walk around this 2023 Rav4 and I'm going to try to go over as much as I can inside and out. Under the hood, this Rav4 has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. It gets 30 miles per gallon average combined, and it has an 8-speed automatic transmission. This one that we're looking at today is a front-wheel drive version. The XLE front-wheel drive starts at $29,085, and this one as spec'd is $32,919. We're going to start the overview by going over the exterior, and then we're going to jump inside and talk about some of the features. Starting here in the front of the Rav4, our paint color here is the Silver Sky Metallic. Moving just down below, we have our Toyota emblem over here and our open front grille. We do have LED headlights with LED daytime running lights. These headlights were actually updated last year to have this new eyebrow design. So 2019 to 2021 Rav4s have a slightly different headlight design, same shape, but 2022 and up, they updated to this new design. And below the front grille, we have our lower grille over here, which does have these two cutouts on the left and right side for our tow hook covers. Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 is standard on all Rav4s, so we have our front-mounted camera over there at the top of the windshield, and there's also going to be a radar built in behind the Toyota emblem. We also have rain-sensing wipers on this model because it does have the weather package. The weather package also gives you heated seats on the inside and a heated steering wheel, and that's a $925 option that you can add onto your Rav4 XLE. Moving on to wheels and tires, we have these 17-inch 5-spoke silver alloy wheels, and the tire size here is 235/65/17. The side mirror is going to be color matched to the body of the car. Now these side mirrors also have a turn signal indicator built into the side, as well as blind spot monitors built into the mirrors. Going around the Rav4, we do have a lot of black plastic, so from the front bumper, going around these wheel arches, down below the side of the Rav4, around the wheel again, and around the back, we have a lot of black plastic. The door handles do have keyless entry, so we can lock the Rav4 by pressing down right here, and we can unlock the Rav4 by having the key nearby and putting your hand on the door handle. Around the windows, we have chrome going across the top and black across the bottom. In between the front and the second row windows, there's also some more black plastic. At the top, the Rav4 does come with these black roof rails over here. Crossbars are going to be an optional accessory, but you can see we do have a sunroof over here. That's part of the convenience package that this Rav4 has. The convenience package costs roughly $1,200, and it's going to give you that sunroof as well as a power liftgate. Moving over here behind the second door, we have our fuel door. The Rav4 does take just regular 87 octane, and then to release this fuel door over here, you're going to have to go inside and release one of the handles. Moving on to the rear, starting off at the top, we have our color-matched shark fin antenna, and that sort of goes down into this little spoiler that we have on the Rav4. It does just kind of cover a little bit of the rear glass. Back here, we also have a rear wiper and a third brake light at the top there. We have our tail lights also back here, which aren't connected. It's a separated design, and in the middle, we have our Toyota emblem. Just down below that, we have our reverse camera and two more emblems over here. One says Rav4 and the other says XLE. Moving down below that, we have a good amount of black plastic over here with two red reflectors and our exhaust tips at the bottom. These exhaust tips do have these kind of fancy covers on them, so they look a little bit bigger than they actually are. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the cargo space now. Now, this is our power liftgate. Remember that the power liftgate is part of the convenience package, so not every single Rav4 XLE is going to have this power liftgate. And if you do have it, you can always just push this button right here to close it. This is also a height adjustable power liftgate, or you can sort of use this handle to push it down a little bit and it's going to finish the rest of the way automatically. In the cargo space now, you can see how much space we have in this Rav4 over here. There are some accessories over here, so we do have these all-weather floor mats. We have our cargo net, rubber cargo mat over here, and then underneath this floorboard, you can see we do have the spare tire as well as some tools. This one also did come with this sliding cargo cover over here, so you can just attach it right there. And then when the hatch is closed, nobody can see what you have inside the cargo area. The rear seats also do fold forward, so it's a 60-40 split. You're going to have to just pull up right here on this door handle and then push the seats forward. It's also probably easier to do this from within the second row. Let's go ahead and jump inside the Rav4 now, and as usual, we're going to start over here with the door card. So you can see we have plenty of water bottle storage down over here. We have one of our 6 speakers in this interior. There is auto up-down windows on all 4 corners, window lock and unlock, regular car lock and unlock, and then we also have our mirror controls. The door handle also has this chrome piece right here for a little bit of extra styling. Moving on to the seats, these are Toyota's black fabric seats. The XLE Rav4 does get fabric seats. It does not get leather. If you are looking for leather seats, you're gonna have to go for an XLE Premium or higher. So Rav4 XLE gets cloth seats. Just down below, you can see these are power seats with lumbar support for the driver, but the passenger doesn't get any power seats. And before we fully get in, we have a couple of releases and buttons over here. So starting at the bottom, we have our release for the fuel door and release for the hood. Next up, we have our brightness control for the center gauge, automatic high beams, de-icer for the windshield, heated steering wheel, and opening and closing for the trunk. There's also a little bit of storage over here, so if you want to place any garage remotes or keys, you can do that as well over here. And wrapped around this air vent is also a little bit of silver. Sitting inside of the 2023 Rav4, we have a leather-wrapped steering wheel on the XLE, and then we have a lot of buttons over here on the steering wheel. So we have our airbag and horn in the center. On the left side, we have our controls for the 7-inch center display that we have over there. Bottom row is going to be audio and multimedia, and the right side controls some of the Toyota Safety Sense features. There are automatic headlights right here on our turn signals, and on the right we have our wiper controls. Just behind the steering wheel there is a push button start. Push button start is going to be standard on all of the XLE Rav4s. Let's go ahead and start this Rav4 and see what the center display looks like. Taking a look at our center gauges, the Rav4 this year did get an upgrade in the gauges. So now instead of having a standard 4-inch screen, some of the lower models have a 7-inch screen. This 7-inch screen used to be what you would get on the higher trim levels of Rav4, but now that those higher trim levels get the full 12.3-inch display, the lower models do get the 7-inch instead of the 4-inch. Now you can see this right here is what it looks like. On the left side, you still have your tachometer, and on the right side, you still have engine temperature and fuel. The center screen is also very configurable, so we can actually use our arrows on the steering wheel to show different information over here. So we have things like music, trip information, settings, and if we go down to the settings, we also have these cluster settings over here. So if you don't like this rounded speedometer over here in the center, you can choose to do digital over here, and it's just going to display the digital speed up at the top, and it's just going to be a little bit quieter of a design over here. The Rav4 this year also got an updated screen, so now instead of a standard 7-inch screen, it's an 8-inch screen, and it does also have Toyota's new audio and multimedia system, so we do have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. So once this right here is fully set up, we can hook it up to our Bluetooth, and you can connect wirelessly. We still have some USBs down there if you do want to connect wired for Apple CarPlay. If you do want to, like, for example, charge your phone, that's also still a possibility. There's also going to be a volume knob over here on the left, but there is no tuning knob. Just down below that, we have some air vents and our emergency lights, and below that we have our HVAC controls. These HVAC controls are dual zones, so you can have a different temperature for both your driver and your passenger. Just down below that, we have a button to turn off traction control, and in the center there's these 2 buttons to control our heated seats, which is an option on this Rav4. Now, heated seats are very unusual to see on fabric, but it is something that Toyota does offer on this Rav4. To the right side, there is this A off button, and what that does is it turns off the feature that will kill the engine if you come to a complete stop. So a lot of new cars these days are putting this feature, the automatic start stop, to save gas while you're at red lights. If you don't like that feature and you want to turn it off, you can just push right over here. Now, we touched on this a moment ago, but we do have a USB type A over here, as well as a 12-volt power outlet. There's also this little storage space right over here, which is sort of the most common place where most people are going to put their phones. We have an electronic parking brake over here that does go up and down automatically as we go in and out of gear. There is a brake hold feature that'll hold the brake for you if you're stuck in traffic or at red lights. We have 3 different drive modes: Eco, Normal, Sport. A tiny little area for storage, so this can maybe fit a key, just some very small objects. There's also going to be 2 cup holders back here, and our center console, which is actually really large for the size of this car. Inside that center console, we do have 2 USB Type-C ports. For a reference, these cup holders do struggle to fit a 32-ounce flask. Moving on over to the passenger side, we have more water bottle storage over here, another one of those 6 interior speakers, and a little bit of less controls over here. We don't have all controls for the windows or mirror controls over here on this side, but most of which here on the door card for the passenger side is going to be the same as the driver. Now, sitting inside of the passenger seat, we do have this little storage cubby over here where you can place your phone or any other small objects. You can see how far that goes over there. Just below that, there is a glove box over here. That glove box does have a lock on it. And over here, we just have some of the paperwork for this car. The glove box is going to be very, very small. There's silver borders around our infotainment screen, and then there's also more silver trimming that sort of goes straight in front of the view of the passenger and wraps around that air vent. Moving upwards, the XLE Rav4 does not get an auto dimming mirror, so you are going to have to manually dim it yourself to not get blinded at night. And moving up from that, we have a sunglass holder up here, light controls, as well as our sunroof controls. In the center of those sunroof controls, there is an emergency SOS button as well. Here we can see how large that sunroof is. So the sunroof is going to kind of just cover the front seats. It's not a panoramic sunroof that's going to stretch all the way to the back. And over here, we also have our visors to protect you from the sun. These visors do have a light and a mirror, and these also can be moved around. You cannot extend the visor itself, but it does have this little extra piece right here if you need that little bit of extra coverage. Let's go ahead and move into the second row now over here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's a lot easier to fold down these seats from back here. All you do is reach back there, pull up, and these seats will slide forward. When you do fold down that second row, it's not perfectly flat. There is a tiny little bit of incline. So let's go ahead and push these seats back, and we're gonna hop inside the second row. Behind the driver and the passenger seat, you do have only a little pocket over here behind the passenger seat. There's gonna be no pocket behind the driver's seat. We also have 2 air vents back here, which are going to be controlled by the temperature up in the front. And just down below those vents, you also have 2 more USB Type-C ports. If you're not going to use the center seat over here, you can also fold this down for a little armrest and 2 extra cup holders back here. That's going to do it for this week's overview of the 2023 Toyota Rav4 XLE. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you all next week.